This is the Earth 4.5 billion years ago. The Earth was just born at this time, with an average temperature of 4,000 degrees. The surface was like lava. 4.2 billion years ago, the temperature dropped to 160 degrees. A solid core of the Earth was forming. 3.8 billion years ago, average temperature 41 degrees. Since then, oceans have formed. The first life on Earth, bacteria, was born. 3.5 billion years ago, the most primitive single-celled organisms appeared in the oceans. Average temperature 30 degrees. 3.2 billion years ago, the oceans took over the entire planet. Average temperature 24 degrees. 2.9 billion years ago, the Earth had its first terrible ice age. Average temperature was 11 degrees. By 2.5 billion years ago, cyanobacteria gradually produced oxygen by photosynthesis from the sun. Average temperature 16 degrees. 2.4 billion years ago, mass extinctions began due to the inability to adapt to the presence of oxygen. Average temperature 15 degrees. 2.35 billion years ago, the average temperature plummeted to minus 24 degrees. This was the Huronian glaciation. The entire Earth was frozen into a big snowball. 2 billion years ago, eukaryotes were born in the oceans. Temperatures rose to 14 degrees. 1 billion years ago, the Rodinia supercontinent was formed. Average temperature 12 degrees. By 700 million years ago, the entire planet suddenly experienced an extremely dramatic cooling. Temperatures plummeted to minus 46 degree. Life, which had been flourishing, ceased to exist. The Earth once again fell into a dead silence. 600 million years ago, the average temperature rose to 19 degrees. The earliest animals, sponges, appeared. 540 million years ago, the Cambrian explosion of life. Countless new plants and animals begin to awaken. Average temperature 22 degrees. 480 million years ago, the Ordovician biological extinction begins. About 85% of all species became extinct. 470 million years ago, the earliest fish began to appear. Average temperature 18 degrees C. 440 million years ago, another major biological mass extinction occurred on Earth. About two-thirds of all species were destroyed. This disaster was probably caused by the gamma-ray burst at the time. 400 million years ago, placodermy appeared. If you go back 400 million years to Earth, you might not encounter much danger on land. But there were a lot of sea monsters living in the ocean. 360 million years ago, late in the Devonian period, there was a second great biological extinction. About 75% of all species were lost forever. 300 million years ago, the Earth had about 35 to 40% oxygen at that time. 260 million years ago, there was still only one continent on Earth. 250 million years ago, the Permian extinction event. About 90% of all marine species, and 75% of all terrestrial life, disappeared from the planet in an instant. 220 million years ago, the dinosaur empire emerged. 145 million years ago, the Pangaea began to break up. 100 million years ago, early mammals began to appear. 65 million years ago, the fifth great biological extinction began. Since then the dinosaur dynasty became history. Until 5 million years ago, the ancestors of mankind finally made their appearance. This is what the Earth looks like today. Through all the hardships, the Earth is still standing. The Earth does not need human protection. To be kind to the Earth is to be kind to ourselves.